Is it a good game Thursday? Who's playing? Who we got on Thursday night football?
The Thursday night game is Falcons at Carolina, so they're in Carolina.
Choke artist versus Carolina.
Yeah, I'm going Carolina. I think it just feels like that's. I mean, Atlanta fucks everything up at the last minute. You get in the middle.
I just want to say that without an off season, without OTAs, Teddy Bridgewater has found a way. You know,
hey, those are shots. But yes, he has.
Yes, he has. You're right. Where it was coming.
You're right.
Bridgewater has found a way. You know, that's what happens.
Props to Teddy.
And I think that the Panthers fucking blow the Falcons out on Thursday night. So my score prediction is 34-10. Carolina Panthers with the W.
I say 27 Carolina.
I think it's a little closer. Atlanta has the ability to stay in the game. They're usually in the game. They just fuck it up. They just fuck it up. They're usually in the game. So I think it's a little closer. And I'm not so sure Carolina scores that many points, but I go probably maybe 24, 13.
I think Carolina scores in the 30s. They've been putting up points, and that defense is trash.
That defense is trash. You're right.
The best player on their team, if he comes back, it's going to be some new energy. Christian McCaffrey, best running back in the NFL.
I forgot about that. Oh, no, he's not. Right. It's not. That's debatable.
If he comes back,
there's a guy named King Henry.
Different energy, man. It's going to be.
But you're right. Is he supposed to come back this Thursday?
Yeah.
Right. He is.
It's up in the air. They said if he practices, he did walkthroughs, but if he practices tomorrow, that'll tell the tale. And I'm praying. I need him. I got him on one of my squads.
So all fantasy players, if you're listening, keep a close eye on that shit because that's gonna matter. All the DraftKings, FanDuels, keep an eye on that shit because if he plays, that's gonna change a lot of lineups. Keep your eye on that. I didn't know that. I'm gonna keep a close watch of that shit.
Oh yeah. Supposedly, hopefully,
good looking out.
We'll know by usually Friday, 11 between 11 and 3. You get reports on practice if they practice early.
They have to release their final injury report Friday, and they have to put it on there Friday if he's playing or not. So
they play
Thursday. They play Thursday. Oh shit! I forgot that fast. We're talking about a Thursday night game.
That's why it's tricky because if you're playing fantasy, like shit, that means whoever you playing Thursday, you don't want them in your flex because you screw yourself. So there's just a lot of strategy behind all that shit. It's annoying.
That's fact. Plus,
weird year.
And nobody's really. I'm not gonna say nobody's not interested in the Thursday game with the big Sunday night game going on coming up this weekend. But we're not gonna get into that right now because we got a podcast to do and introduce. What's up, y'all? It's the Arrogant Underdogs NFL Special Edition, and you would Eric, Hollywood Vic, Dion the MVP, of course, Chris G. What's up with y'all? How y'all doing, man?
Hey, I'm feeling very Super Bowl-ish right now.
Are you feeling Super Bowl-ish too? I got the Super Bowl shirt on. I'm feeling Super Bowl-ish too.
What? You feeling?
I have no comment.
I am. I feel great.
You know what's better than anything, though? I tell you what's better than anything. My Kansas City Chiefs play the New York Jets this week. I'm excited.
Hey, you know how funny, how ironic is that? Guess who we play this week?
Who?
The Eagles play the motherfucking Cowgirls this week.
We got a whole family affair. You know?
We got a Royal Rumble going on this week.
Okay.
That's the fuck up. This is a great week.
Okay, so two teams gonna win.
So guaranteed.
Gonna win. Okay, my man Vic.
How y'all doing? What's up, Dion?
I hope so bad that the Cowboys win this week. Oh, I bet you do. God, I'm gonna hope and pray.
Get your little chicken foot, little voodoo, do all that shit.
I hope and pray that Andy Dalton could miraculously come back and throw the ball.
He's not playing. We're playing Ben.
I don't think he's playing.
What's his name? Ben Aducci.
But here's the thing. I think with rivalry games, I think with rivalry game, I said this at the beginning of the season, right? I don't even remember. Do we play in Philly or in Dallas?
Ooh, that's a
good
question.
Does it matter?
It does matter, and I because I do think that we tend to go 1-1 with them. Remember, I told you guys this.
It is in Philly.
So I always expect to lose I expect to lose in the away game and win in the home game. But I think with division games, anything is possible.
Y'all played the division game last week.
And it was definitely possible, wasn't it?
That ass whooping. That definitely was a rivalry ass whooping.
That was
a rivalry.
There was looting on that football field.
I am not going to let y'all get me riled up. So anyway,
there was looting in the end zone, man.
So did y'all see the Andy Dalton hit though? Cowboys game.
Yes.
Bad. Do you think old boy should have got suspended?
Yes,
he got fined. He did get fined.
They should have fucking kicked his ass out for 3 fucking games.
He definitely should have had some time to think about it, man. It reminded me. Y'all remember that Wu-Tang album? Is he dead?
Is he dead?
That's what it reminded me of.
Hey. Look,
I was like, oh.
In real time, I didn't think it was that bad. I thought he landed with his shoulder. Time. I didn't think he aimed for the head. It wasn't helmet to helmet. But after they played it a few times, I was like, it was some intent.
Well,
he seen red.
He was coming downhill. Like he was. This Andy freaking Dalton, you knew he wasn't going anywhere, man. He was trying to lay him out.
Hey, that's what happens when you run with the ball.
Terrible defensive play.
They made a big deal about the guys not coming off the field, off the sideline to defend him. Y'all think that was a big deal or no big deal?
Man, I think people tripping for no reason. Because what they're saying is that the players didn't go attack that dude. And if you look at what happened, the players all rushed to Andy Dalton to see if he was okay. And the ref immediately jumped in and told the dude to leave. So it wasn't like he stood around. So I don't understand. Even the coach said it. The coach, the one who started this shit.
Hey, Chris,
I don't think that shouldn't have to hit nobody. Man, come on, man.
That's horseshit. Listen, if your quarterback get fucking knocked unconscious from a motherfucker that clearly hit him dirty as he was sliding, a fucking lineman should have went over there and at least pushed this motherfucker or something.
Well, if it was Wentz, I would want the team to tackle.
That doesn't always happen. That's not a common thing.
No, that is false. That is
I understand that, but that's not something that happens 100% of the time. It doesn't even happen. No, it doesn't.
I'm gonna tell you why. Listen, if you're watching a basketball game and you see a player take a hard foul, it's almost always pushing. After the play.
Football, though, players do not empty the bench
for something that flagrant. You see at least one fucking player, one old lineman run up and be like, "Yo,
it's usually a lineman when we're talking about a quarterback." I was surprised to not see a lineman.
Yeah, but the argument is that they didn't like. If it was Dak, they would have done it. But
hell yeah, they would have been ready to brawl.
Dak got hurt and no one did it.
No, he got hurt.
That's a good point too.
That wasn't a dirty play though.
He got hurt from a freak accident. This guy got hurt because a motherfucker turned himself into a missile and submarine going towards the ground to take his
dirty play. It was a dirty play.
He should at least 3 games and fine or almost a record amount because that's the kind of shit that coaches.
Listen,
man. Listen.
It wasn't that bad, bro.
But you got to remember. Every week.
Bad. You crazy?
Every
was
week.
Bad. Bro, he concussed him. He hit him in the head.
Yes, every week.
It was terrible.
Officials visit each team to remind them of these rules. This is not nothing new. They see videos, everything. They know that shit you cannot do. He did it anyway. Get the fuck out of here.
But you talking about record amounts and stuff. I mean, it wasn't that bad. Just give him a fine.
I think it was bad. He could have ended that motherfucker's career, bro. He freaking ran in and missiled.
His career was done anyway. You see how bad they was playing.
Man. I mean, he playing as well as Carson Wentz was playing.
Get the fuck out of here. We know that's a lie because my QB won. You don't even want to get. We don't want to get in that conversation yet because my QB won.
We don't want to have that conversation.
Your QB won because the Giants suck.
So after all of this, do you guys think McCarthy should be fired?
That's why your QB won.
If you believe that the players. If you believe with the losing season so far and the players don't have a fire under their ass like people think they should, does that mean that the coach needs to be fired?
No.
I wouldn't say
I
fired, but there could very well be some changes to the coaching staff. I think that probably, you know, it may or may not be some friction with the whole Mike Nolan thing. I don't know if the players are buying into what he's teaching or preaching, but it seems to be a defensive issue. And maybe there needs to be a change of strategy, or could see a change in coaches.
I think the coach got to go, or half of the players got to go. It's the one or the two, because somebody got to choose a side, because they're not fucking with him. The players ain't fucking with Mike, and it seemed like Mike ain't fucking with the players, because he's the one who started the whole the situation behind the players being soft and not going after and attacking the players for hitting Andy. He started that shit. He said that at the podium. So I think it's a struggle going on.
That's not what he said.
That is what he said.
What did he say?
That's not what he said.
What he said
was, they asked him, was he surprised at the reaction? And he said he was surprised at the reaction. He didn't say that they should have hit him, or he can't believe no one hit him. He said he was surprised at the reaction.
But he said other stuff. Why did he say he was surprised at the reaction?
He really didn't go deeper into it.
He said he thought that they should have did more, that somebody should have reacted when Andy went down.
No. The next question, the actual question from if I'm not mistaken, the question from I'm not sure.
Because this started the whole thing. So I just think it's a power struggle going on in that locker room. I don't think they trust each other. So I think like you said, Griffin got traded already. I think he's going to be the one of many that's going to get traded. Because I think they're going to get rid of the players. Yeah.
He's been already traded.
Yeah.
Oh,
he got traded to the Lions.
Yeah, earlier today.
Earlier today?
Mm-hmm. We traded him to the Lions.
Yeah,
just a few hours ago, somewhere around like 5 or 6 or something.
I didn't know that. So they are making changes. Okay, so maybe they
on the attack now. They on the attack.
Hey, listen, look, one thing about football, film don't lie. So they probably looked at film and was like, damn, he fucking blowing it. Got to go.
Or he's the one talking in the locker room.
Or he could be the one doing the yak.
He the one going to TMZ. He the one going to TMZ.
Hey, either way, here's how I look at it. It's a combination of all of it. But in fairness, is it fair to fire a coach who, think about it, this motherfucker ain't coaching how long?
It's 3 years, probably 2-3 years.
The perfect fucking storm for him to walk into a fucking shit show. He ain't coaching 3-4 years. He ain't practiced. It's COVID. Shit was crazy. On top of that, he hires this fucking See, this is where Mike went wrong. If you ain't coaching 3 or 4 years, how you gonna pick a motherfucker who ain't coached longer than you to be your sidekick? It's, you know what I'm saying? He should have picked someone that's been playing and has been active. Like, he picked a dude that was more washed than he was.
He's saying the Raiders
did. They are. Huh?
Yeah, yes, the Raiders did. Yeah.
Raiders did it.
Plus, how many coaches get hired at a sleepover?
So anyway,
I'm just saying. Just saying.
Keep it together, Dion. Keep it together.
I'm keeping my composure.
Woosah.
I did good so far.
Listen, it could be worse. You could be 0-7.
That's fact.
We could be
Y'all should be.
Game. We could be. We could have a tie, which probably will fuck us over in the end, but we don't think. At least thank God for that. So, did y'all see Odell Beckham is done?
Yes,
that's fucked up.
He's done.
Should have been an Eagle.
But the Browns are doing. They look pretty good so far.
Yeah, the Browns are a playoff team as it stands
with Beckham.
Yeah, I don't trust the Browns.
No,
I don't trust the Browns. Yeah, they lost Chubb and they lose Beckham now. No.
If you've been watching the Browns, they've been playing well, and he ain't been doing shit all year. He had one big game, and that's it. He ain't doing nothing.
The
Browns are 5-2. You don't go 5-2
though
because of a wide receiver, in my opinion.
The run game is why they 5-2, and the defense, dude. Hey, what's his that DN is quietly raising hell, dude.
But you can.
Garrett, yeah.
Defense,
no, he's not quietly. He's a beast. He's a beast.
Killed us.
Yeah, he's top
their
three right now.
Their defense is sneaky good. Their DBs are playing actually pretty well. Like dude, they're making noise. And the argument is they'll be better.
So they beat the Bengals. They beat in Washington, the Cowboys, the Colts.
See,
and the Bengals twice. So does that mean that
they ain't playing about it?
They look like the Cowgirls did. They last year. They played against against bad teams.
The Cowboys is creepy.
I'm just saying. They played.
I mean, that's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. Kind of like the Bills early. Remember, the Bills were really hot, and then all of a sudden
they had to play Kansas City, and then shit went south.
A couple good teams.
But they play Oakland. It looks like they might be. No, they're not on the bye week, so they play Oakland next.
Who, the Bills?
I think Oakland.
The Browns.
I think Oakland takes that.
Oakland to beat them. I'll take Oakland. Yeah. Are they playing in Oakland?
They are playing
in Vegas.
Looks like at home.
Vegas.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, Vegas. That stadium is very nice, by the way. Very, very nice. Yeah, it's very nice. I tried to do a tour. They won't let you do tours. I can't see that fast where they are.
Damn, if they're playing in Vegas, I'll take these dudes all the way.
Do you think his career is done? Do you think he's done forever, or do you think he comes back?
He comes back. He comes back.
Done because he is a physical marvel. He's a workout demon, and you can see like he's a well put together athlete. So I don't think that he's done, but he may be done in Cleveland.
Yeah, I think he's done in Cleveland, and he wanted to be done in Cleveland. That's what sucks about this already. So
I think he's definitely done in Cleveland. Especially, watch what happens. I was listening to a podcast today, and the dude said it made a lot of sense. They say that Baker actually plays better without Odell Beckham.
That's pretty common, I think.
He said because they be putting pressure, like he feels pressure to get him the ball, and they be complaining a lot. Even when they win, he complains. So
I always feel like that with veteran wide receivers. I feel like they put too much pressure in the minds of the quarterback where they think that they have to get them the ball. And then if you notice, they disappear, and then they tend to do better, I think.
Oh, Odell, you should have been an Eagle. You should have got him. Because we need a wide receiver. We need a wide receiver bad. And he wanted out of he didn't want to be a Brown. That was the rumor.
Would you take him?
I generally want him to do well, but
more injury.
You don't jump up on a dude, and I don't know what the fuck kind of tackle that was in the first place. Like I don't know what it looked like he was trying to mount him, like he tried to jump on him or something like that.
He is a little sus, so he probably did. But I think that the quarterback gets more blame.
He tried to tackle him. It looked like a crotch tackle. Like I don't even know what that was. It looked like he jumped up. Like, what the fuck was that?
Vic, it was a pounce. He tried to pounce on him.
He pounced on him. Dog.
That's very Odell-ish.
He pounced on him like a silver fox.
Fucking Eric. Fucking Eric.
Did y'all?
Good one.
Look at
you. Never forget.
Did y'all see the Sunday night game with Seattle and Arizona?
That was a great game.
Yeah, that was a great game.
I was surprised to see Arizona won.
I wasn't.
No, they lost.
Arizona won.
Arizona won.
I don't know why I heard Seattle.
That was my prediction at the beginning of the year for the Cardinals to win their division. I stand by Kyler Murray.
You like Kyler
Murray is fast as fuck, man. This little motherfucker can run.
And listen, let me tell you what I like about. Let me tell you this one play that they have. They're so smart, man. They come out with 5 wide receivers, so you can't put a linebacker in the middle of the field. Every time they do that, he just takes off running right behind the center.
Fast as fuck.
But how do you defend that? Like,
I can't tell you. I don't know.
Defense. How do you defend that?
I have no idea.
Is like some sort of 4-2-5 scheme. I don't know how do you defend him. Like,
how you supposed to defend that? I'm not saying it works, but the normal way to do that is you do what is it, like a 65, and you got 6 safeties on the field. That's what Rex Ryan would do.
A dime package or something.
When Rex Ryan would play like Mike Vick and dudes like that, he would have like 4 or 5 safeties on the field.
See, the only problem
and
with
your
that
strong
is,
safeties.
Yeah, but then what if he throws the ball? You don't have anybody to help your cornerbacks. You're screwed.
And he can throw. And he can throw. Yeah.
That's the issue, because what you're saying is you're going to give them an opportunity to move Hopkins around on the field and put him one-on-one with who you choose to put him one-on-one with. Now, we're going to hike the ball. You're really in a fuck position. Like, you can't play football with no help on Hopkins.
Yeah. They definitely got one of the top 2 receivers, if you ask me.
Unless you got one of those cornerbacks that's really good and you could just let them do it.
Yeah, like you really got to be playing with a team with a great secondary to pull it off. If your secondary isn't up for the challenge, you're screwed.
Yeah. You know what it is? It's just you can't make up for what Murray be doing.
You can't. It's
fucking kills
He's a talent. He's a weapon. It's a weapon.
Dude,
you know what? I hate to say his height is an advantage to him, but like, damn, he's so small.
You can't see him take off. Yeah.
Man,
before you know,
he got fucking 6 yards.
Good, he's good. He's definitely good.
Dude, what they're smart, man. They have what do you call it? They have a lateral game, dude. And because they have a lateral game, they widen the field on purpose. So when he moves, whether they do formations, they get you moving.
They did to us.
And he runs he's so fast.
He's fast. Yeah.
He runs 20, 30 yards sideways. And what he's doing is while he's running sideways, he's fucking cracking your gap integrity. You can't keep it. But for so long. So all he does is he's running, and once he sees the gap, he
pops through it. That's exactly what they did to us. That's exactly what they did to us.
Minimum a safe 10, 12, and that shit
killing you 14 here, 10 here, 9 here, 7 here. That's exactly what they did.
The teams that could beat them is how you beat that, honestly, is you gotta be real fucking stout in the middle. And have beast your D line. How you beat them is like your D line got to be about that life and get them out. Get him out. Get him leaking where you want him to leak. Like you can't let him leak. You know what I'm saying? Let him choose.
You need serious.
You got to dictate, and then you roll the safety. Then you roll the safety to that side and hope he doesn't. That's how you help because he ain't gonna throw it across the field. So you got to push him in one area, roll your safety out in that area for help, and hope and contain that shit that way.
Yeah,
I don't know. You guys think
go back across the field like that?
How do you guys think Russell Wilson played in the game?
Played horrible. One of his worst games.
Horrible? You think it's horrible?
I wouldn't say horrible. This wasn't one of his better games.
I'm gonna tell you why I was horrible.
Pick City.
For me. This is something that every coach across the United States, from Little League, Pop 1 on up, middle school, high school, college, and so forth. You gotta play for 4 quarters. And he didn't. He played for 3.5. You know what I'm saying? And he did not finish strong. He had some rough plays. Russ got hit when they were up 10 points with 3 minutes left. He took a hit, and it changed the last 3 minutes of the game. Because he started rushing. And he rushed in one series. Arizona was able to score. And then the second time, he was rushed, and he fucking threw an interception. And that's how they was able to finish the game and win it. And he didn't finish strong. And he had a great game almost up until then, man. But you literally got to play for 4 quarters, or all that you would do would be for naught.
Well, that's why it wasn't terrible to me. He had a bad end of the game. He's still an MVP candidate. They're still. You don't.
Of course, he's still. I agree with that. He's still
MVP candidate.
I agree.
After a 3-minute game and a loss like that, losing the game, and 3 minutes left, up 10. I don't know, man.
How you finish.
So you don't think that an MVP quarterback can have a game or 2 or maybe even 3 where he's not perfect? He has to be perfect.
That was far less than just imperfect.
That was 3 picks. That's far less.
He ended up having a shitty game, pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't
believe
they had a horrible game. Shitty game ruins your MVP. For the
I don't believe that either. No.
Think about it like this: what quarterback is flawless? It's a weird year.
No, but listen,
Mahomes has shitty
but here's the thing. The play of the quarterback from an MVP candidate rarely loses games. That's what I'm saying. So if you're the reason your team is losing, which
they're 5-1 though. They're 5-1, right?
Okay, the Bears are 5-2.
That's the one game they lost.
But even if
if they finish 14-2 and he was balling, that's gonna matter.
Even if they finish 11-5, if he's balling when it's time to make the vote, they're not gonna go back and go, oh well, because he played bad against so and so. They're gonna look at his numbers in totality and vote. They're not gonna pick one game out. It's the way that he plays, I think, for the whole year.
Yeah, especially for a guy like he's one of the quarterbacks that carries his team. Like he carries that team. Like yeah. You don't win them all. You have a bad game.
But usually when we talk about MVP candidates, and okay, he got one under his belt, right?
Mahomes lost the game.
No, but listen to what I'm saying. He has that loss under his belt. That it was his play that ended their chances for them. It was his play that ended their chance because he decided to throw the ball too fast. So what I'm saying is, if that happens once more, then it's going to be a pretty tough go for him to win the MVP. Most of the time when we're talking about an MVP,
I don't think so.
They're not the guys that are losing the game.
But their record is from his play.
He's also the reason they win the game.
He's responsible for
the
balance.
Right.
Their defense is trash.
And they lose, then that's all.
Exactly. Their defense
is trash. He's been carrying it.
I'm just speaking on history how it usually works. Lots of quarterbacks have great numbers and have great. Dante Culpepper finished fucking 15-1 one year, and threw for fucking 5,300 yards. But guess what? He didn't win the MVP because they one or two games that he lost. It was his fault they lost the game. I think one of them games he threw 5 interceptions. People never forget these types of things. So what I'm saying is the MVP is usually not the one who is losing the game for the team. He lost that game. So if he does that shit once or twice more, he probably won't win the MVP.
We could agree to disagree, man. We could agree to disagree.
I do think that if a game like that happens in week 15, 16, or 17, you probably have a point.
The timing matters. Timing matters. Not right now.
I'm not saying right now. I'm just saying though. But you got that one. Okay, no, nigga, don't let that shit happen again.
Plus Brady gonna get it anyway, so it don't matter.
No, Mahomes will probably win it this year.
Wentz gonna end up deserving it, but Brady.
So Wentz. I'm not entertaining that. All right. So before we go, one last question: who's the most underachieving team so far going into week 7?
I'll say the Falcons.
The Falcons, really?
Yeah, one win.
You expected them to be so much better, or just like slightly better?
Because they're always disappointing. Because every year on paper they're supposed to be good. You know, they got Julio Jones, they got Todd Gurley, they got Matt Ryan, they got a nice ass receiving core. They got a top 5 receiving core. There's no excuse why they're so bad. Got the coach fired. You know, they find ways to lose games. It's like a record. I don't know if they cursed or what the way they lose games. So to me, it's either Atlanta or Minnesota. But I'll go with Atlanta.
Falcons fans believe that.
That shit is a curse.
I actually think I would go with the Vikings because I didn't expect shit from Atlanta.
I almost went first.
Atlanta's puts up points, but they don't put up wins. I would say the Vikings, as bad as they are, like that's surprising because they got talent.
Yeah, that's my pick. That's my pick also.
They were a decent defensive
Remember everyone was talking about their wide receiving core, like, oh, Zimmer got the defense good and blah, blah, blah.
They got one of the best running backs. Cousins is a decent, just as bad as they've been.
What my pick is. And people were expecting Cousins to carry them.
Got 3 wins.
And everyone thought they were going to do it in the division because a lot of people thought that Rodgers was done and Rodgers wasn't looking good. So a lot of people thought they were going to win the North.
Let me tell you who gets a pass in the NFL. Mike Zimmer. He getting passes. He should be on the hot seat. He should be on the hot seat. You hear a lot of coaches under pressure. You never hear his name. And they've been underachieving, spending money. For a minute. Got free agents, blah, blah, blah.
How long has he been there now as the head coach?
Never hear his name.
It's Leslie Frazier.
Yep.
He should be legitimately on the freaking hot seat this year.
I actually think Buffalo is the most disappointing team to me because, and here's why. I know they have a winning record, right? They have a winning record, but they played the Jets last week, and the Jets, for the most part, you know what I'm saying, the Jets was whooping their ass. You know what I'm saying? They was in that game. They were what I saw from the Jets, they were actually smacking the Bills around a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
It's a division game. We know that all bets are off, and it's a division game.
I understand that it's a division game, but here's my point. Buffalo is healthy. They are one of the most healthiest teams in the league. They should be whooping people's ass, and they're not. They have the Patriots in their division.
Say that, like whooping their ass. How? It's the NFL. Everybody in the league is good. What exactly do you want them to do?
No, I want them to be dominant.
They're leading their division.
I think that's a reach. That's a reach.
That team has not been dominant. What I'm saying is the Buffalo Bills.
What do you consider dominant? What do you consider dominant?
So, I mean, they're 5-2.
They're 5-2. They beat the Jets. They had 27 points.
Just because you're 5-2 does not mean that.
Okay, like so let's look at it, right? Let's unpack it before we leave really quick. They put up 35 points against the Rams, 31 points against the Dolphins, 30 points against the Raiders. Like, what is it that you're expecting them to do? They lost to the other two undefeated teams. It's a division game, though.
To dominate, right? hold on, to dominate the Jets and be more competitive against us.
Okay, so they beat the Jets 27.
I feel like you're nitpicking.
And they're 3-0 in the conference. Lost to the Chiefs at 9 points.
No, listen, they lost by 9. Listen, they lost by 9, but we whooped their ass. If you watch that game, we dominated them.
Okay, so then if y'all whooped their ass so good, why didn't you be? So what you're saying is the Kansas City Chiefs are underachieving.
No, what I'm saying is
y'all whooped their ass, then why didn't y'all have 30 points?
Listen, can I tell you why? We use a particular game plan against them. We only threw the ball 18 times. Our quarterback threw it 18 times, or 18, maybe 20 times. We dominated them with the run game and defense. Buffalo's, knowing the Chiefs have a soft run defense, should have tried to run the ball down our throat. But their team is soft. They're an underachieving team. They do this every year. For the last 3 or 4 years, they come out on fire, and then they start to fizzle off. And now they got the Patriots in their division who are stinking it up this year, and they are not taking the step to be the team that they could be by playing soft against the Jets, playing soft against the Chiefs. That team's a fake-ass good team, just like the Chicago Bears.
That's a difference. That's a difference.
That fucking suck.
They're underachieving team, but they're not the most underachieving team in the NFL.
That's a reach. So see, you only look at things right now as who has a bad record, but I'm forecasting for what I see coming down the line. This team is soft.
So what are you forecasting?
We're talking about what they've done, not what you think they're going to do. We're talking about
what they've done. What they've done so far is played soft. Stop looking at records. Records don't mean much right now.
We're looking at wins. If I play you and I beat you, what else are you looking for?
But they're, at the end of the day, they still 5-2, 3-0 in their division, and there's a lot of teams that have underachieved.
No, listen, a loss and a win this early in the season. You really think the Raiders better than us?
Who?
The Raiders. You think the Raiders are better than us?
That works against your argument.
But no,
that means anybody can lose.
No, what I'm saying is the Raiders beat us, right? The Raiders beat us, but that doesn't make them a good team.
Yeah, but they're also 3-3. Nobody's saying that a 500 team. That's not what any of us.
That's what I'm saying. Buffalo beat the Rams. Y'all brought that up that they beat the Rams. They beat a good team.
No. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. What I said. No.
The Rams are Rams.
Eric, that's not what I said.
Better and better every week.
But that's not what I said. That's not what I said. But that's not what I said. What I said was
I don't think that defense is soft.
35 points. You can't be underachieving and you're consistently scoring between 27 and 35 points. How is that underachieving? Okay, so you have room for improvement.
Underachieving by amplifying the attitude of the team. This team is soft, is what I'm saying. And at the end of the day,
I think he wants the defense to be better. That's what it sounds like.
And at the end of the day, and at the end of the day, let me tell you what's gonna happen. They are 9-7, 10-6, wild card losing the first round team. This has been the moniker for the Bills every fucking year. When are they gonna step up and become a dominant team and
get a home game?
Fear in people's hearts. Nobody's scared to play the Bills.
They're not wild card.
Nobody's scared to play the Bills.
They're winning their division.
I think you whooped their ass, so you feeling good and extra confident as usual. That's what I think, and that's what it sounds like. And that's how I feel. I know we gotta go, but I feel good and extra confident too about this Sunday night game. I know you was trying to get away without speaking about it. I know y'all didn't want to talk about the Eagles versus Cowgirls. I know y'all didn't want to do it, but it's a big ass rivalry game Sunday night, and the Eagles is gonna win. I would say about 38-14. I think we may let them get 14, but I think mix, baby.
How much did the Giants score?
Giants scored what? 22? 21.
I got a prediction, Vic. 21-17 Dallas Cowboys. I'm rolling
the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna tell you why. There is no tape on DiNucci.
Man, get that pasta head out. No fucking pasta head.
There's no tape.
That's my boss.
But there's no tape.
If that ain't the most cockamamie motherfucking reason.
There's no tape on
handbag name having ass. My boss name having ass.
You know why they ain't no tape on that motherfucker? Because they ain't no highlights.
Get the fuck out of here.
What the fuck they gonna do?
He was a janitor last week.
Hey, no, he's from James Madison University from Virginia. He's a hometown hero.
Not known for their football.
None of that shit matters.
We're pulling for DiNucci in Virginia, baby. So,
no, it's all about the Eagles.
Oh, we
this week I'm a Cowboy fan, at least for 1 week.
I know y'all pulling for DiNucci, but
hey, give it a Zeke 30 times.
Hey, as usual, I'm taking all.
Give it a Zeke 30 times.
Now listen, one thing.
I just want to see with the real best running back in the NFC stand up on Sunday and show these little whippersnappers.
It ain't Zeke. He won't have 50 yards. I guarantee it.
It ain't Sanders. That's for sure.
If he was in the game, Sanders would have $160.
Well, both
Zeke will get 50 yards, baby.
What Sanders do last week?
He's injured.
Oh,
he is injured.
You know what's the best ability?
Availability.
Yeah.
And with that being said, Wentz is available, and that's all you got to worry about. You motherfuckers got to see Wentz.
Oh, God.
Washington's winning that division.
Sickening.
Fuck out of here.
Write that shit down.
Listen, I want y'all to pull the tape up. I told y'all I would not be surprised if Washington turns out to be
Washington's going to win that division.
And Chris, you laughed at me.
I'm still laughing. I'm still laughing.
I picked the Eagles. You said Washington may win it, and of course he said the Eagles.
And the Eagles will, and the Super Bowl run begin. I can't wait till Sunday night.
To be honest with you, every team in that division is still very much alive.
Yes, there's only one in first place, and we're gonna stay in first place.
Yep, and Washington's the only team with a winning record in the division. So that's technically,
true. With a winning record,
after Sunday, the Eagles win that one.
What'd you say, Vic? They're the only team that has a winning record in the division.
Yeah.
I mean, we're inside the division. We're 1-1
in the division. Yeah. Inside the division.
Well, that's why y'all gonna be all eyes on Eagles, like fuck, all eyes on Wentz.
I'm not
Sunday night. Get your puck on, all eyes on Wentz. Can't wait. But you know what I'm saying? It's a first place conversation.
I can't take this dude, yo.
You know what I'm saying? I see you trying to.
I feel like Vic is just falling just fuck it, because I think he's fed up with your shit too. But
yeah, it's not even that. It's like, dog, listen, real honestly speaking, when you get a lot of this from a dude who's actually 2-4,
right? It's like that's the shit that's tripping me out. That's the shit that's
no
one cares.
We're 2-1.
4-1.
Thank you.
No one cares.
Give us all our stats. Them down players.
And who gave you the look at the losses, right? Who they lost to?
Hey,
who they lost to? Washington.
No online.
Yeah, but that's a division game. I always think they lost to the Rams.
Funny is that you got a bunch of excuses
to the Rams
for your L's,
for the record,
but want to clown other team for their L's, and you don't care about their injuries. That's why.
I'm gonna laugh at y'all
doing shit this year, bro.
I'm gonna laugh at y'all every. I don't care if y'all play Kansas City 16 times.
This I know. This I know.
Laugh at y'all every time because I hate y'all.
I know. Thanks for labeling us. Thanks for labeling us.
I should not use y'all. Yeah, I should not use y'all as example. But I just want to.
Can we listen? Can we wrap this up? It's time to go. We ran out of time.
We're out of time. We're out of time. We're out of time.
We're out of time, baby. Eagles all day. Ah!
Make sure y'all hit the like button.
There you go.
Share, subscribe,
right,
comment, and
line us up for the Eagles, baby. Let's get it.
Do travel to Arrowhead this weekend, so we want to host them and have a great, safe, competitive game, and we look forward to a display of great sportsmanship. Isn't that right?
The tank is on. The tank is on. It's all about next year.
We'll see y'all next week.
Peace, y'all.
Right off.